Just because a person's poor doesn't mean they have to act poorly, right? Just because a person is poor doesn't mean they have to have a poor mentality or poor outlook on the world or poor belief system or poor amount of hope. Guys, what is the one thing that you believe keeps most people from building wealth? That number one thing that you think stops a lot of people. Guys, let me know your answer to that question in the comments below. Now, on this video, I want to give you 7 rich people habits that almost anyone can actually do. Now, let me preface this whole thing by saying this. Sometimes, guys, we have to pat ourselves on the back and give ourselves credit when we're doing the right things with money. But on the other hand, we also have to take a long, hard look at some of the habits that block us from actually building some wealth. So let's jump into it. Pay yourself first. Please, please, please. We got to get to the point where we're paying ourselves first. We've got to take care of the old version of us today, starting right now. Don't wait another day, guys. Hey, listen, you can invest in something as simple as the stock market for the price that you pay for a sandwich at McDonald's. So if you have an extra $5 or $10 laying around, you can invest in the stock market for the future you today, right? Building wealth does take some time, but you can activate the power of compound interest and start to grow, especially in an appreciating asset like stocks or ETFs or index funds or mutual funds, whatever it may be, guys. But you can start investing in the stock market today. Rich people, they pay themselves first. Rich people understand the value of putting themselves at the top of the list in terms of building their wealth and building their finances. Sure, we all want to give to other people and you want to help other people and give, right? But you also got to put yourself at the top of the list and pay the future you. That's how you take a job and you use the job to build your wealth, to look out for the future you. You don't just get used up by the job. You use your biggest wealth building tool, which is income. Income from a job. That's what you have to build wealth. It's not just to pay your lights and pay your food. It's to pay you, the future you. You have to pay your rent in 20 years. You have to buy your food in 20 years. You're going to have to pay for your lights and gas and water in 20 years. Therefore, start taking care of the old you today. Pay yourself first. Guys, if you get value from this video, please smash the like button below. And please consider subscribing to this channel if you're not already a subscriber. And also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family. Now, number 2 is this. Rich people, they get out of the bad habit of taking on new debt on anything that's going down in value, right? We have to get to the point where we say, you know what? We're going to make a commitment to not take on any more bad debt or debt on depreciating things. People that build wealth or rich people, they understand the concept of building their assets and limiting their liabilities or getting rid of those liabilities. No new debt. Come on, say it with me now. No new debt. If you can make that commitment and stick to it, you'll be light years ahead of everyone else and probably light years ahead of where you may be right now. If this means getting rid of credit cards, get rid of them. If it means making sure you pay cash for all your cars from here on out, do that. It's going to take some discipline. It's going to take some sacrifice, right? Because it's very easy to take on payments. But listen, guys, just because you can afford a payment doesn't necessarily mean you can afford the item. So one of the things that rich people do is they limit the amount of money they owe on depreciating assets. My challenge to you is to not take on any new debt on anything that's going down in value. Now, guys, wealth is really not a secret. In fact, the only thing that's really a secret about building wealth is the fact that there is no secret. Now, the truth is building wealth is hard. It is difficult, right? I really believe that it's difficult for most people, but almost anyone can develop the habits that it takes to become wealthy or build some form of wealth. It starts with the right habits. And these habits are not a secret. Look, everyone makes mistakes with money. I've made a ton of mistakes with money, but the goal is to do 2 things. Number 1, learn from our mistakes and not repeat the same mistakes. And then number 2, we all should be trying to have more good habits with money than bad habits. Now, number 3 is this: buy real estate. Please, whether it's a primary piece of real estate, a rental piece of real estate that's income producing where you can collect rents every single month, whether it's a house, an apartment complex, a commercial building, whatever it may be. You have to try to get some real estate in your portfolio. And almost anyone can do that, guys, with the proper planning, with the proper saving, making sure your credit is right. Look, real estate has grown more millionaires than anything else in the world. So if you want to do what rich people do, put yourself in a position to purchase some real estate. And of course, make sure you're in a position to maintain that real estate as well, to properly maintain it. And you can do it. Hey, buy and hold real estate is one of the greatest wealth building tools, and it can add a tremendous amount of wealth to you. Now, rich people know this, and they practice it. Guys, I've recently partnered with Mint Mobile. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network, and you get unlimited nationwide talk and text. It's super easy to switch over. It only takes about 15 minutes, and it will save you a ton on your wireless bill. Because at Mint Mobile, they cut out the stores and the salespeople, so they don't have to pay for all that overhead like other wireless companies. They pass that savings on to me and you, and they're able to keep their costs low. I'm a user of Mint Mobile, and I'm a fan. Use my link in the description box below to get started and try using Mint Mobile for yourself. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 4 is this. Number 4 is rich people or wealthy people, a lot of them keep their expenses low. They keep the expense side of their budget down. And you may be saying, well, hey, I know a lot of rich people that spend a whole lot of money. That's the ones that you see. There's a lot of rich people, most of them that you don't see, that aren't out spending and buying lavish cars, throwing lavish parties, and having lavish jewelry, right? Most rich people aren't doing all that. The ones you see, the ones that are out there in the public that do that, that's cool. That's a small percentage of wealthy people. But for us, when we make more money, we don't have to spend more money. See, there's a cushion between your income and your expenses. And over the years, that cushion should grow and grow, right? It may not be very big in the beginning, but as you make more money, you don't have to spend more money. You can spend pretty much the same amount of money except for inflation, but just continue to make more money. Your income goes up, the cushion gets bigger. And with that cushion, you're investing that money. You're making sure you have an emergency fund with that money. You're making sure you don't have debt with that money. You're saving that money for large purchases, right? You have more money to do things with if you let that cushion get big. But the only way you can let that cushion get big is to make sure that every time you make more, you don't spend more. Now, the 5th thing that rich people do that poor people can do is they typically provide a service or they have a skill that's in demand. That's a higher paying skill that people need and want, right? So for us, we have to consider creating something, producing something, developing a skill that has some demand. And if it's a skill, it's a higher paying skill, right? So whether we're producing a product or we're creating some type of service or we're gathering a certain set of higher paying skills, that's what you got to do to earn more money, to have more income, right? If you want to have more income, you got to concentrate on being more valuable to the marketplace. Now, I'm not talking about valuable as a father or a mother or valuable as a child or an uncle or aunt or grandparent. I don't mean valuable like that. I mean valuable in the job, work, marketplace, right? What problem do you solve? What do you produce? What do you provide? What type of service have you created, or what type of needs do you fulfill for other people, right? What do you bring to the table that solves the problems of others, right? It's all about what are you adding to the world in terms of job marketplace that's valuable. Who are you helping? Who are you providing an answer to? What questions or what issues or problems do your set of skills answer, right? That's the question that you should be answering. What are you solving with your skills, with your service, with your product, what you do? Rich people understand, wealthy people understand that they have to be useful or have a useful skill or provide something useful to earn more money, to have more income. The more valuable you make yourself, the more income that you'll earn. Rich and wealthy people, they know this, but it's something that we all can do if we focus and concentrate on it. Now, number 6 is this. The 6th thing that rich people do that poor people can do also is be organized with their money. They track what's coming in. They pretty much track what's going out. Now, some rich and wealthy people, they may use a financial planner or someone else to help them with that. But anybody can do that. Creating a unique monthly budget every single month on paper is something that all of us can do to be organized. I don't care if you bring in $2,000 a month or if you bring in $20,000 a month. It doesn't matter. You can still organize that money. You can still become very, very strategic and tactical with tracking what you bring in and tracking what you send out. This holds us accountable, and it also allows us to measure our progress with money. How are we doing? How did we do last month? Let's look at the budget and let's go back over it, right? After the month is over. Let's take a look at if we actually did with our money what we said we were going to do with our money, right? That's what a budget does for you. It helps you track and measure your performance with your money that last month. Rich people, they do that. Now, I ask you to stick around for number 7. The 7th thing that rich people do that poor people can also do is have belief, have some hope, have some vision. See the future in terms of your personal finances. Have faith in what God put in you to achieve. Understand that you can do it. Understand that failure is a learn, not a loss, right? Keep going. Dust yourself off and believe in your gift and your ability and your talent and your work ethic, and believe in what you were created to create, what you were produced to produce, and do it all despite fear, despite being nervous, despite being scared, not sure if you should do this or if you can do that, right? You got to have some belief and some hope. The one thing that I know about people that are wealthy or people that are successful, a lot of them are pretty confident in their ability to achieve whatever they set out to achieve. Just because a person's poor doesn't mean they have to act poorly, right? Just because a person is poor doesn't mean they have to have a poor mentality or poor outlook on the world or poor belief system or poor amount of hope, right? You don't have to do that just because you're poor. Being poor should be temporary. It shouldn't be permanent. It only becomes permanent when it leaks into your mind and you no longer have the belief and you no longer have hope. That's when poor sets into a lifestyle of poverty. But just because you're poor doesn't mean that has to happen to you. You can still have hope and belief and faith that you can get it done and you can change things and turn things around, right? You're going to have people that don't believe you, people that stop liking you, don't want to hang around you because you don't want to do the things that they want to do with their money that you used to do. You're changing and evolving and growing in terms of managing your money and being personally responsible in terms of your personal finances. And you're going to run up against some friends that don't want to hang with you, don't like you, some haters, right? But you got to keep going. That's what winners do. That's what wealthy people do. Remember, guys, optimism is a competitive advantage. So use it to your advantage. Now, when you bring that type of attitude to managing your personal finances, guess what, guys? That's a wealthy habit that will be the ultimate thing that's going to help you turn your situation around with your personal finances. And as powerful as that type of way of thinking is, anybody watching this video right now that can hear me speak can think like that and can believe like that and can have that mindset. So hey, there you have it, guys. Those are my 7 rich people habits that poor people can do to be rich and build wealth for themselves. I hope I was able to give you something of value in this video. If you did get something of value, guys, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And be sure to share this video with somebody who you think needs to hear this message. And also, guys, below in the description box, get your 24 Laws of Money free ebook, my gift to you, where I discuss the 24 principles of money that help me grow my wealth. Guys, I offer one-on-one financial mentoring and coaching. If you're looking to grow your current income by adding additional streams of income, or you simply want to maximize your current income and get the most you can out of your money right now, or if you simply just want to become a better manager over your money, a better steward over your current personal personal finances. I may be a good fit for you. You'll find a link to my one-on-one personal financial mentoring and coaching below, along with a link to my schedule. Please feel free to reach out to me, guys. Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Guys, do me a favor. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.